speaking of that, you will need a bar. So you can grab a chair, a countertop, whatever works for you. It's best if it's at the height of your waist or your hips. It's just kind of there to help you balance and focus. So we'll start with our feet in first position. So to get to first position, all you're going to do is put your feet together and turn out your toes. Everybody's rotation is different, so if your feet make a 180-degree line, great for you. If they don't, you can bring them in a little bit. With little kids, I say make your pizza feet. So if like you have a pizza slice, nice big pizza slice between your feet. So we're going to start with a foot warm-up. We're going to go with our right foot. Demi, point, and point all the way. Demi, and down. You don't have to put any weight on your feet. Demi, and a point, and demi, and down. We're going to roll. So same thing we just did, just rolling. Point, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to plie. Lift those heels. Stretch. Come down. Then we're going to reverse that. We go up, plie over, heels down, and stretch. Then we're going to take just a releve, so an eleve. We're just going to lift our heels, and we're going to balance arms in first, just to feel our core. Make sure you're not leaning backwards or forwards. You should be straight over your feet. It should be toes, heels, ankle, knee, hips, ribs, shoulders, head. And that. Plie means to bend. So that's the next thing that we actually do in class. And I'm going to come to the other side of the bar so you can see. So we start with our feet in first position again. And I'm going to face you so while I teach the combination, then I'll turn when we do the combination. So we start with our feet in first. We're going to do a demi-plie, which just means half. And our arm is going to go with us. So as we do our first plie, our arm is going to come down. As we do the second plie, our arm is going to go through first to second. And if you have bad knees, you can do 2 more demi-plies, or you can take a grand plie, which just goes all the way down through first to second. Make sure when you get down there, you're not sitting on your heels like this. Otherwise, you're not engaging your muscles. So you want to stay up. Arm goes with you. You're going to take a port de bras forward, come up, and we're going to take another elevate. So we're just going to go up and down. Then we're going to do the same thing, tendu to second. So feet are apart a little bit. Your heels should be under your hips. So your toes a little bit wider than your hips. Same thing, demi-plie and stretch. When we do our demi-plies, our heels stay down. Stretch, grand plie, or 2 more demis, whatever your option, whatever you want to do. Grand plie. We're going to stretch towards the bar, keeping those hips where they are. Coming up, another elevate. Come down, and we're going to go straight to fifth. This one's a little tricky. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that heel, slide it to first, pass through third, and cross it to fifth. Again, if you can't get heel to toe, totally okay if you're comfortable here. Same thing, demi, stretch, grand plie. Don't sitting at the bottom. We're going to take one more stretch forward, come up, and we're going to bring our feet together in a susu. So our feet cross and bring our knees together, our toes are together, and we're going to balance there. All right. Let's try. To stretch. So tendus can go to the front, to the side, or to the back. So our arm is going to either rest in second, I shouldn't say rest because it's actively there, or it can be on your hip, whatever works for you. If you want to make it a little harder, you can even put a weight in that hand. Okay, so we're going to go demi point, you can see my foot, demi point, full point, demi point, close, out, and in, out, and in. And we want to keep that knee straight the entire time. Let me go to the side, demi, and point, demi, and first, out, and first, out, and first. To the back, demi, and point, demi, and first, out, and first, out, and first. Last time to the side, we call this encore because you're going front side, back side, demi, and close, out, and first, out, and first. We're going to plie, releve, take that balance in first position this time. First, arms go to fifth, arms open to second, allongé, which just means to elongate and plie, finish. 7, 8, demi, point, demi, first, out, and then in, squeezing those knees, to the side, demi, called jetés. And basically it's like a tendu, except for we're gonna take it off the ground just a tiny bit. So about an inch or two off the ground. So we're gonna do a few from first and a few from fifth. So again, your arm is in second position. We're gonna go a front and a first, a front, I'm sorry, we're doing Dégagé. Off the floor and a first, a front and a first, front and a fifth, a front and a fifth. Same to the side. Side and a first, side and a first, side. We're gonna close front because it's an even number. Side, close back. Back and a first, back and a first, back and a fifth, back and a fifth, side and a first, side and a first, side closing back, side closing front, and then we're gonna take a passe. It can either be on flat, I'm sorry, it's a retiré, on flat or on releve. Balance, other side. And the front and a first, front and a first, front and a fifth, front and a fifth, to the side, first. Closing in front, closing in back, back and a first. And a fifth, to the side, and first. Closing back, closing front, and either on flat or releve, retiré. Let go of bar feet. And Susu, and Plié finish. And we go to the front first. Off the floor. I'm sorry, we're doing off the floor. Closing front and back. Back and a first. Back and a fifth. Side and a first. Closing back. Closing front. Bounce. And Susu, and Plié finish. Now we're going to do Ronde jambe, which basically means you're going to make a half a circle with your leg. So we're going to start with a 2 count Ronde jambe, and we'll go a little bit faster. So we're going to go 1 and a 2, closing first, 3 and a 4, a little faster, 5 and 6, Plié 7. If the arm confuses you, put it on your hip, 7, open 8. Then we'll lift it off the floor, 1, carry side 2, carry to the back 3, lower 4. We're gonna plié to the front. It could be low or it could be high, whatever's most comfortable. Tendu and reverse. Go and say comfortable, wherever you are at. Reverse, 1 and a 2, close, 3 and a 4, 5, 6, arm goes above your head, 7, 8. Then we're gonna lift back, 1 and 2, 3, lower 4, plié 5, 6, tendu 7, close it in front. You can either face into the bar or both arms on the bar. Lunging down, coming up. Take a little calmer back, looking into your elbow, both shoulders together. Lift arabesque. You can balance on flat, or you can take a releve and balance on releve. And do the other side. And 7, 1, 2, and 3, 4. A little faster. 5, 6, plié 7, 8. Lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plié front. 6, lower 7. Ready to reverse. faster. With a plie, 7. Lifting it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie, front. 6, 7. Ready to reverse. Alright, after we stretch a little bit, we like to do sometimes a Dégagé, which just basically means we're going to do something slow and controlled. It's a lot of holding your legs, so we're actually going to skip that today because I know some of you are dancing from home and may not be taking class, and I don't want taking class often, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. So we're going to do a very simple Grande Battement, and this can be taken from first or fifth. I'll do it from fifth, so that way if you'd like it a little bit harder, we can do it that way. So we can do it with our arm, or again, put it in second or on our hip. So we're going to go with our arm. Tendu and Grande Battement. Tendu and a close. 2 a little quicker. Making sure you're passing through that tendu position and close to the side. Tendu, leg goes behind the arm. Tendu, we're going to close it in back. Grande Battement, close it in front. Grande Battement, close it in back. Just get a little forward so you can see. Then we go to the back. Tendu and a lift. Tendu, close. Grande Battement. Grande Battement. Arm is in front of you to the back. And last time to the side. Tendu, lift. Tendu, close it in front. Up, close it back. Up, close it in front. And then if you'd like, we're going to take an attitude devant, which just basically means the front, making sure the standing leg is turned out. You want to imagine a teacup or something on your heel or your balance. Stretch, close, and do the other side. 7, 8. 1, 2. Up, and up to the side. To the back. So we're going to start in first position. Our arms are going to open to second. We're going to do 2 tendus en croix. So we go front and first. This is kind of just checking where your weight is from where you just were on the bar. To the side and first and back. First, back, first to the side. first to the side, first, or à la seconde. Then we're gonna go à la seconde, half a ronde jambe. I'm gonna drop that heel and plié. So if you can see, I'm in a nice fourth position with both legs bent. We're gonna plié, we're gonna pick up this back foot and turn to the right. If you are not comfortable doing that, you can do a passe en flat, or if you wanna make it a little harder, a passe en relevé, or even harder, a pirouette, without dropping your heel like me, land, tendu. Then we're gonna do the other side. A front and a first, a front and a first, side, first, side, first to the back, back, and side, side. And then we go side, half a ronde jambe, heel goes down, we plie, either passe, relevé, or pirouette. You're gonna pick up that back leg and turn this way, land, and finish. Pirouettes are not my specialty, so I'll do my best. And to the front, first. Down 5, 6, 7, plie, 8. We're gonna go out and in, out and in, coupe, back, side, front, pas de bourrée, coupe, back, side, front. Then we're gonna do that again, out and in, passe, plie, pirouette, land 4, tendu, other side, and out. And in, out, in a pas de bourrée. I'm sorry, we're doing arms. Pas de bourrée, and out, in, passe, to 4, pirouette, land, and finish. Curtsy or bow. We're going to start in a croisé position with our right foot in front, facing a corner. So if you look at my legs, they're crossed. If they were the opposite, they would be effacé, which means and go first, fifth, second, and down. First, second, down. Tendu or bow, whatever you choose, and down, ready. whatever you prefer, and finish.